Okay. We'll search the rooftop first. That makes me think that there's a vent around here that leads into the armory. And it might just be this one. Oh. This has no use to me anymore. Come on, have a vent into it. Do it. Do it, you cowards. Lame. I could look over there. I'm sure there's a way up there. But that's not going to get me into the armory. There we go. Up on top of the building, but is it useful for anything other than a sniper perch? No. Alright. I am schmatisfied. I guess we're going other places now. Journal. If it has... Okay. So... yeah, it's just finding docks and stuff. Well, we'll do it. I don't see what they think I should search there. Okay, I don't think that gave me anything. I guess I'm gonna try to find somewhere that looks like a library. Not the can here, obviously. Okay. It's nearly impregnable, even though I've been in here 6 times. Sneaking around and stuff. But yeah, you guys did a good job making it nearly impregnable. It's great. Here's a library. And it's within our search area, so hopefully. One of the locations on this map bears a bright red X mark, a small note pinned beside it, suspected site of initial sighting of Articles of Confederation early into Arcadia's founding. Names successfully stricken from records, no copies of surviving initial articles, but extremely sporadic rumors persist that they were shockingly lenient in regards to punishing citizen infractions and allowing subjects frightful amounts of autonomy. Though our society has proven that citizens require strict rules to survive, rumors of any other guidelines must not be allowed to persist. Continue to identify sources of information and excise most thoroughly. Okay, looks like I have all of the clues. There's 2 questions, but if you don't have the correct information, you get shocked. And there's no way to avoid it. You can't bullshit your way through. Knowledge valuation, 115 years. They naively allowed subjects too much autonomy. Users must present a dex specific. Great. Who's in charge of the Protectorate's religious development? Department of Belief. By what criteria does the Protectorate acumen test truly place subjects? By matriarchs ordained. Yeah. Hooray, I did it. Shock rifle. That was worth getting shocked 4 times. Shock grenades. 7 heavy rounds. There, let's see, if I hadn't already had a rocket pistol, like, that would be worth it. Oh, I haven't done her mod kit yet. Pommel sap. Now stuns enemies that aren't targeting her. It also has increased damage. Okay, so if they aren't actively targeting her, it applies stun. Or deals even more damage to enemies not targeting her directly. It also has significant increased damage in general. We're gonna go with this. First time Azo would go down each combat instead heals to full. Increases the effectiveness of armor. Or, when not attacking a target, camouflage yourself, preventing enemies from attacking, granting her a damage bonus, also increases the effectiveness of armor. That could be good. I don't know. Both of them are pretty good. I'm gonna go with this. Why does she have an eye patch now? That's weird.
I'm not ready to talk yet. Let's get out of here.
Okay. Alright, so I guess casting off the veil is the next thing to do. Time to go back to the ship.
Have an update about that personal matter. Back at Winter's Grasp, I found someone was continuing Anais, Sir Bujold's research. Believe I have a lead on their identity.
Didn't you say our research could destroy the universe? Probably shouldn't let that happen.
I wholly agree. I pieced together information from earlier leading to Golden Ridge on Dorado. Oddly enough, to the anchor hold at Matriarch's Mercy Monastery. I had Val set the location on our map. I recognize we're juggling multiple crises, but I'd suggest we journey there sooner than later.
Let's talk more
May
later.
all our endeavors yield expected results.
All right, Eden. I think just by default, after playing a little bit of The Outer Worlds 1 again, just kind of by default, this game is better. It performs better, it looks better, the gameplay is more interesting, the NPCs are more interesting, because I remember not giving a fuck about any of the companions. So, you know, I think things are going better. Ozzy, you can chill for a bit. We're going to take Tristan and go. Okay. Then his stuff is rendezvousing with Virgil, and there's no point that is close by. Because of course there isn't. So now we're gonna go to Fairfield and check it all out. That's an odd way to protect things. Flying mines.
I've been noodling about the Vox. It just up and smashed into Westport.
Yeah, but if you're gonna pick someone for it to happen to, it's better to happen to the Protectorate. Because they're fucks.
Welcome, welcome. How can I improve your day? The ant gladly. No.
I don't got nothing, and I don't. Yeah.
Welcome, welcome. See anything you like?
But is it the same here? Yes, it is. Okay. Good to know. Mostly because I fucking took it.
When might I begin laboring for Auntie? I so eagerly want to contribute to the corporate whole.
Doc said nothing important got hit.
Nothing important? Turret shot her 15 times. No way that didn't do something.
I'm gonna get back.
Okay, so we're gonna take that off. We're gonna put the simplifier on there instead. Yeah, it just does more damage. Multi-launcher, that's fun. When did I get this? An automatic rocket launcher that can fire up to 4 rockets in quick succession. I have 2 enriched rift particulates.
Gonna get back to pit.
Yeah.
Now's the time.
I'm guessing this is the doorway in. Because it looks like it's basically completely surrounded by rock.
Silence is a tool. I hope we aren't too late.
We'll find out. Our training to become fully fledged arbiters continues apace. The facility is well hidden and well guarded. Arbiter Nebs tells us that certain lessons must be absorbed in isolation, even from the Protectorate we love. and so we remain exiled behind these walls and insulated from the war. Arbiter Nebs is the sole custodian of this facility, his peers having been dispatched to the front lines. So there's plenty of time for target practice between lectures and drills. He seems especially passionate about maintaining the firing range and replacing worn out targets. I don't know why, Arbiters certainly are a fastidious lot.
If Virgil's not around, he's like to be in the training grounds, Deaths. There's a lift that will take us lower, located behind a door next to those stairs.
Ooh. I was expecting that to go outside, so... I mean, it did go outside, just with an extra step. That just sounds like going outside with extra steps.
Arbiter Nebs, the words are a song to my ears. This, no doubt, is the opportunity I have long awaited. These hapless recruits arrived just before the invasion. No sooner had they set down their bags than their instructors were called to the war front. I read the fear, the uncertainty in their faces. And I knew, as this outpost's primary practice target replacement technician, I alone could teach them. They see me as their leader, their arbiter. I will not fail. Should the invasion breach our defenses, I will stand proudly at the vanguard, shoot to kill, and lead them to victory.
Okay. So his primary job is to replace the targets, but literally everybody else has gone to the field. So he's just de facto in charge. It's like, okay. Look, there's so many Sprat guys. I have one in my room too.
Tristan, it's a relief to see a friendly face. Do come up.
Hey, you think he's gonna get betrayed again? I think he's gonna get betrayed here. It's one of the reasons that I geared up for a big fuck-off fight.
Virgil! Oh, thank the architect I found you intact. We visited the Supreme Arbiter's office in Central Control and found something... impossible.
Impossible? Why is it impossible? So that you may claim ignorance as to the truth of what you've uncovered?
For roving executioners, you Arbiters sure have more than your share of drama.
Fine. If you're still so thick-skulled, Tristan, then I can see I've no choice but to confess. Hold. Do you hear movement?
Oh.
Attention, Arbiter Virgil Montag. Under the jurisdiction of the Council, we stand to bring you low. Do not resist.
Damnation. I knew the Sentinels were looking for me, but I did not expect they would come to this place. We have no choice but to fight. I can operate our turrets from this location, but you must engage the Sentinels head-on to prevent our being overwhelmed. Go now!
Oh well, I'm gonna take this.
Lay down your arms. Surrender and die. Perfect society demands.
Morning, Shipper Brains.
Those fools were but an expeditionary force. I've no doubt the bulk of their number remains on the surface. I shall take an alternate path to prepare a surprise for our would-be assailants. Then I shall flank them as you engage them.
Hold. You were beginning to say something before we were ambushed. I would care to hear it.
We cannot have this conversation until we are safe.
Uh-huh.
Engage those on the surface and I shall join you. Go now.
I like the flaws system. It's one of the more unique things that they have going on here. Howie.
Virgil, enough! Our being at odds with the Council is one thing, but that was a small army! What have you done?
You already know whether you're willing to admit it or not. Do you sincerely have a need for me to spell it out before you'll face the truth? Very well then. Tristan, you stand before the murderer of the Supreme Arbiter.
Yeah, I saw this coming.
I don't believe this. The Council must have captured you and sent you to mental refreshment. It's the only...
Open your eyes, Rao. Those Sentinels were here with due cause. The elimination of a murderer. The Supreme Arbiter was planning to send a message in her final moments, pledging allegiance to the Consul. Who do you think bore witness to those final moments?
We gotta admit, it does make sense.
No. You lied to me?
I had to. I knew that if you learned what had transpired, why I did what I did, it would destroy you.
Would it? Or were you just trying to save yourself from my wrath?
I think we've had enough of this dramatic back and forth. What are we gonna do here?
You're right. You're right. I can't let emotion get the better of me. I've completed my share of executions beside you. In each circumstance, you convinced me to reinforce my duty. I shall make no exception here. Though it pains me that I must do the same to my sworn brother, we do what is necessary for the Protectorate.
You don't need to do this.
But I do. This issue is between me and Virgil. He is a traitor to the Protectorate. Perhaps the worst I've ever encountered.
But the Supreme Arbiter committed treason against the Sovereign. What Virgil did was just.
And Virgil committed a crime in judging her. Thus, both should be punished. It's quite simple.
I have a counter-argument.
Fine, I shall listen, but make it quick. My mind is all but made up. We shall not have an extensive conversation about
I don't agree with either of those, but let's go with executing him would make you guilty of the same crime as he.
I suppose that is true. Shame there are no prevailing powers that be anymore. I would have deigned to report him the moment we left here. Get out of my sight, Virgil. If I ever see you again, I shall bring the force of my judgment upon your head.
I suppose I should be thankful. But all I feel is a sense of emptiness. Though, before I go, a parting gift. May Tristan make use of it better than I.
From this moment on, you are worse than dead to me. Just get out of here.
I feel like I got the bad end for his quest line.
The idea that Virgil remains alive despite his crimes sits heavily with me already. I hope this decision was the right one.
It was a hard decision. I understand your doubts.
Perhaps I'll think different later. For now, let us depart. This place depresses me. The idea that Virgil remains alive despite perhaps I'll think different later. For now,
that was a glitch.
This place depresses me.
I think I did this later in the game than they expected. Because I was able to just kind of wipe the floor with them. Like, it wasn't an issue. They were basically losers. Okay, so that's going to Golden Ridge. I got a couple things that I need to turn in. Then we'll go back to... Oh, I can't fast travel from here. But if I walk 3 feet, now I can fast travel. What? What?
Have you viewed any serials of note lately? Neither have I. Speak freely.
Never mind. Hooray! So then Tristan's normal spot is up here.
Commander, I've had some time to process what
It's been 20 seconds. I've had time to process.
My travels with you taught me that lenience is not to be granted in situations of doubt. Sparing Virgil feels like an immense error. Clemency and understanding breed only perfidy and death. I see now why Arcadia was so easily invaded. The Protectorate has grown soft. No exception may be granted to our laws.
I know what happened with Virgil hurt you.
You seem to think you're talking to a doddering child rather than an arbiter. Be it a friend or neighbor or sworn brother, I shall stomp out traitorism wherever it lies. My feelings on the matter are less than inconsequential.
This is the wrong decision. If you really cared about justice, you'd know that.
The Protectorate's justice leaves no room for mercy or hesitation. If we're to survive, I must be strict, without emotion.
Come on, nobody's truly on feeling.
And you see how close it has brought our society to collapse? The Protectorate has let traitors fester in its midst for too long. If it's to survive, it must be sterner. I shall be the ready hand of this new society. Any who wrong the Protectorate shall be granted no quarter. This I decree, from this moment forward.
I was beginning to worry you were going to lose your edge.
Never. If anything, it has honed it 1,000 times further. I shall no longer be swayed from my course. Arcadia shall no longer be host to anyone who would harm the Protectorate, from within or without. I shall redouble this as my life's mission. Together, you and I shall rid Arcadia of anything that might fly in the face of Protectorate law. I shall adhere to it more strictly than ever before.
Okay.